Morning, boys and girls. I'm Miss Patience, but y'all already know that, right? Y'all know I'm Miss Patience. Okay, we have been talking about pumpkins a lot, right? Yeah. And so we know the life cycle of a pumpkin too. We've been talking about that. So first comes what? Have to do what?
Seed.
Plant a seed. Then what comes up?
A little sprout.
A sprout. And then what grows on the sprout? The sprout turns into
a vine.
So there's lots of vines. And then what comes up on the vine? A flower or a bloom, a blossom. And then tell me, what comes after the blossom kind of shrivels up and falls off? What comes up? A little green pumpkin. A little green pumpkin. And it grows and it grows and it grows into a big orange pumpkin. Now, are there just orange pumpkins? Are there pumpkins that are different colors?
Yes.
Yes, there's a few pumpkins that might be white. There's some that might be green. No blue, but there's some that may kind of be a bluish green. Their skin, it's their skin that's a different color. All right? Their skin is a different color, but the inside of the pumpkin looks the same. It's no different. It looks just like a pumpkin on the inside with seeds and all the pulp, the slimy, stringy stuff that we saw last week or week before when we explored our pumpkin. Okay? All right, we're going to talk about art today. Art. So art is something that you what? You paint, or you might draw, or you may color. Anything can be art. It can be something that you make out of clay, Riley and Brian. Pay attention, girls. It can be something made out of clay, or it can be something made out of paper. So if you make something out of paper, like a sculpture, it's called origami. Have you ever heard of origami? No, that is made out of paper. It's just made out of paper. Crisscross. Crisscross on your rug for me. Bryn, sit up and crisscross. Cheyenne, don't throw your boots, baby. Pay attention. Okay, so tell me, what are some of the things that you like to make art with? What's something, tell me again what you like to do, how you like to make art. What do you like to use?
Glitter, red.
You like to use glitter?
Glitter, red glue.
Glitter and red glitter glue? Okay, what's something that you like to make art with?
And red paint.
And red paint. Okay, what do you like to make art with? You like cutting, so you like cutting to make art. All right, Easton, get on your rug. All right, what do you like to make art with? Paint and what?
Glitter.
Paint and glitter. Okay, what do you like to make art with? Y'all listen, Joshua. Crayons. Okay, what do you like to make art with, Cheyenne?
I like pink glitter.
Pink glitter. What do you like to make art with, Bryn? What do you like to use when you make art? All right, it's Bryn's turn. Bryn, what do you like to make art with? Cheyenne, pay attention, please.
Color.
Cheyenne.
Color.
You like to color? Use crayons? Okay. Riley, what do you like to make art with?
Glitter and paint.
Glitter and paint. Okay. Graham, what do you like to make art with?
I like paint.
Pink paint?
I like blue paint and blue.
Pink paint?
And
What? Did you say pink paint?
No.
Blue paint. Okay. All right. So you can just say paint. It don't have to be a certain color.
And blue glitter.
And blue glitter. Okay. I think y'all are all copying each other.
Glue.
Y'all all like glitter glue?
Yeah.
All of you?
Well,
Okay.
we're just
All right.
doing different.
All right. We're going to talk about today an artist. And who remembers what his name was? It's Vincent Van Gogh. A man named Vincent Van Gogh. And he lived a very long time ago. And he wasn't from... And he died too. He died. He's not alive anymore. But he made a lot of pretty pictures. And they're famous now. Sit up, Easton, pay attention. They're famous pictures now, and they're paintings. And he used oil pastels to draw, and then he painted and added paint and other colors to it. And one picture in particular that he drew and painted was called A Starry Night. Have y'all ever heard of that painting or seen it?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to show you. It's a little bit about his life and how he lived and the things that he did when he was alive and some of the paintings and the pictures that he drew. So what was the man's name again? Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh. Okay, this is a biography of his life. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you really quick. Shh, there's nothing to see yet. Just hang on a minute. Hang on.
Yeah, there's nothing to see yet. I watched a movie about.
Not right now. Hang on. Don't say it now. Hang on. Alright, let me find the video. Here is the video. It is
About
Vincent Van Gogh. And it is a biography. It's a biography. Do you know what a biography is?
No.
A biography is a story about someone's life. So if you tell me about the time from when you were a baby up until the age you are now, that would be a biography of your life. Graham, please don't do that. I've already asked you not to do that. Crisscross, Graham. Crisscross, Graham.
I was a baby
All right.
yesterday.
Shh. Okay. Alright, we're not talking about babies. We're talking about Vincent Van Gogh. Alright, get the lights for me, Cheyenne. Please, ma'am. Alright, and I need everybody's listening ears. Alright, listening ears. Alright.
They're talking about Mr.
Today we're going to learn about the famous artist Vincent Van Gogh.
Listen really close.
Born in 1853, Vincent Van Gogh was a 19th century Dutch painter. Dutch is the word for people from the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a small country in Western Europe.
So he was from a small country in Europe. So he was not from the United States. He was from Europe. And that's a really long way from where we are now. He lived a long way in the Netherlands, in a part of Europe.
As a young man, Van Gogh traveled to France, England, and Belgium, but near the end of his life, he moved to France.
He moved to France.
Why? Like the France Tower?
Although Van Gogh began to draw when he was a child, he did not start painting until he was in his late 20s, and many of his best paintings were only done in the last 2 years of his life before his death at the age of 37.
That's a picture of... I don't think that's a picture of him. It says a self-portrait that he...
His work is very famous now, but while he was alive, most people didn't want his paintings. Vincent Van Gogh made over 900 paintings while he was alive, but we only know...
So he made over how many paintings?
100.
Not 100. They said 900. 900. Did y'all know that 900 is almost 1,000 paintings? He did a lot of painting and art and work and art. He did a whole lot. That's a bunch.
About one that someone wanted to buy.
So he sold his artwork to people. Like he traded it for money.
His first really good paintings were dark and serious. At the time, people were looking for brighter, more colorful art.
Listen, those were some of his paintings.
When he moved to France, Van Gogh saw new kinds of art with new, brighter colors. He liked what he saw so much that he started to paint with brighter colors himself right away.
So at first he used darker colors, then he started using brighter colors. So that it became more colorful.
Hey, on this patience.
Keep listening. Shh, we're not done yet.
Later, he moved to the south of France, where the sunlight was very strong and bright. The beauty and color of the place he lived inspired him to paint it, and his artwork got even brighter and more colorful, full of new intensity and also full of emotion.
Cheyenne, pay attention.
People started to become interested in his new, bright paintings. If he had lived longer, Van Gogh might have sold many pieces of art and could have become a very famous painter. But unfortunately, he died in 1890.
So he died in 1890. So that was over 100 years ago.
I don't like this.
So he died in 1890. He died a long time ago.
But
He died before I was born.
I don't like this.
He died before I was born.
But
And probably before your grandma and he died before your grandma and your grandpa was born.
Buddy.
Yeah, he lived a long time ago. All right, let's hear the rest. Those are really pretty. All right, listen. Shh, it's almost over. Listen.
Vincent Van Gogh's distinctive style makes it easy to recognize his paintings.
This is the
Art
Starry
was
Night.
something new.
That's the
A new
Starry
way
Night.
to see the world and a new way to paint.
Does it look like a night sky? Does it look like the nighttime sky with stars and the what's that? The moon and the stars. Does it kind of look like nighttime?
Yeah.
It does a little. It does a little.
Because of his paintings, a new form of art called Expressionism was invented, and his work still
And that's a wheat
influences
field.
artists today.
That's like a garden where they planted wheat. It might be that. I think so.
What's a wheat field?
Wheat is what they make bread out of.
He did not live to see it, but today Vincent Van Gogh is one of the most famous painters in history.
He's
The
famous.
paintings that no one wanted to buy are now
he died.
worth
He doesn't live
billions
anymore.
of dollars. Some of the most expensive paintings in the world, and some of the most.
We can't hear it if you're talking.
He's up there. Did he
Because he
die?
died. He was very old. All right, but you gotta listen. Shh, we're not done yet. Don't talk while the video's going.
Famous.
So he made a lot of pictures that are very famous, and they're worth a lot of money now.
I hope you enjoyed learning about the famous artist Vincent Van Gogh and seeing some of his beautiful artwork. Goodbye.
All right, so what were some of the things that you saw? Will you get the lights for us, Cheyenne?
I saw.
So what are some things that he painted that we saw? What did he paint? Mostly people? Or did he paint mostly animals? Or did he paint cars and trucks? What did we see the most? Things that,
A starry night.
well, he painted a starry night. That's good. You remembered. That was one of the paintings that, flowers. So he painted a lot of things that are
Chair.
inside or things that are outside. He
Black.
painted a lot of things, Brian, that were in nature. So he painted a lot of like gardens and things that are outside, not really things that are inside. But he even painted people, and he painted gardens and plants and flowers.
Can I get
So
the glasses?
you can, not him. So he painted lots of different things, didn't he? Do y'all think that you could paint that well, Brian?
Oh,
Do you think you could paint that kind of stuff?
no.
Did it kind of look hard to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that with lots of practice you could do it too.
I can do it.
I think that you could do it too.
What's his name?
Okay, so what was his name again?
Bingo.
Vincent Van Gogh. And where did Vincent Van Gogh live?
In Europe.
In Europe. And then when he was born in Europe, he lived in Europe, Brian, in the beginning, Brian. Sit up, Brian. Where did he move to? Who remembers? France. He moved to France.
And then he went
And in France, that's where he started painting and doing all these things and making all these pictures. But in the beginning, his pictures, get on your rug. In the beginning, his pictures were very what? They were very dark. And so people really didn't like his what? Paintings, because they were so, what? They were so,
dark.
they were so, did you spit in your,
Yeah.
go get Germex right now. That is not, that is yuck. Germex, we do not spit in our hand, no ma'am. Yuck, yuck, yuck. You put Germex in, you go get a wipe and clean your hands, and then you get more Germex. Okay. So, listen, get out of your pants. Don't get in your pants. It's yuck. Okay, so he painted lots of pictures. And so Vincent Van Gogh moved to France, and he started making pictures that were what? Not
Lighter.
so, they weren't so dark, and it was kind of lighter, and they were brighter what? He used brighter colors. He used brighter colors. And so then people started to what? Did they like his paintings now? Yes. So then people started to what? When you hand somebody something and they give you money, that means you sell it to them, or they what's the word? They buy it from you because they like what you made. Sit on your bottom, Brandon. So yeah, so you can sell it. So a lot of people.
Don't.
So they start. No, you don't steal it. But when he made his paintings, he started what? Selling them to who? Selling them to people, and people were giving him money for his paintings. So now today, not yet. Today, his paintings are worth a lot of money, like thousands of dollars, probably more money than I've got and more money than you have. And people give lots, thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah. His paintings are worth a lot of money now. They are. Okay, so since we've watched this video, we are going to use, this afternoon, we're going to use our black crayons, And we're going to draw a pumpkin with the black crayon. We're going to do like an outline with a black crayon. We're going to use the black crayon to do an outline, and we're going to make a pumpkin. And then, after we use our black crayon, we're going to use paint. Different colors of orange to paint our pumpkin. And so, it's going to kind of look like an oil pastel. But these aren't oil pastels. It's going to look similar, though. It's going to look a lot like it. And listen, some of our paintings are going to look kind of like Vincent Van Gogh's paintings. Some of them are going to kind of look similar because he used oil pastels to paint and to draw with. Okay? So are y'all excited about that? We're going to do that this afternoon, okay? After nap time today. Okay? All right. So here's what I want you, talking. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to quietly get up, and I want you to go put your rugs in the stack. Don't fight and don't